Hello and welcome. This video will cover all of the information for this topic. Feel free to watch the full video, or if you prefer, you can scrub along the timeline at the bottom and jump straight to the section of your choice. Gym inductions are an important aspect of a fitness instructor's role, ensuring clients are familiar with the training environment, equipment and procedures of the facility. With many facilities now preferring to deliver group inductions over individual inductions, as there are benefits including being more time efficient, enabling small groups of up to 6 people to complete a gym induction at one time. It also creates a more social environment for new gym members to be able to engage with other new gym members. Completing group inductions also creates confidence, as members are able to learn together at the same pace and at the same time, and the instructor can correct the whole group rather than individuals, which may be less formal and less intimidating for some nervous gym goers. Communicating with a group is different from communicating on a one-to-one basis, and is a skill which will need to be practiced. Considerations when talking to a group will be your tone and projection of voice, ensuring that everybody within the group can hear you. A good way of ensuring that people can hear you is to maintain dynamic eye contact across the whole group and continue to ensure that all clients are involved and engaged with the session where practically possible. You should ensure that support is offered to all clients, if and when required. Remember that not all clients will be able to participate in all demonstrations of exercises or activities due to the amount of available equipment. However, you should manage the group appropriately and ensure that all people have fair engagement throughout all activities of the session. It is important to ensure the health and safety of all people within the group by verbally screening everybody in the group before exercise. Considerations when screening the group include ensuring that the clients understand the importance of their own health and the screening process. You must also ensure that you are clear in your explanation and heard by all members of the group, giving time for all individuals to respond. It may also be appropriate to offer some time before the induction or the session for individuals who are unsure or have any concerns to respond to you privately due to the positive sensitivity of the information. Whether you're instructing an individual or group session, the same process occurs, being consistent with your delivery sequence, such as the NASTY protocol. All elements of a warm-up should also be the same when conducting a group or an individual session, with a suitable aerobic curve pulse raiser using a cardiovascular machine, followed by mobility and dynamic flexibility exercises, ensuring that the appropriate musculature is warm ahead of any specific activities which may follow. When instructing functional exercises to a group, it will be appropriate to demonstrate a number of exercises before splitting the group across different pieces of equipment. This will ensure that all participants of the group get to experience different pieces of equipment in a timely manner. Common pieces of functional equipment include functional rigs, kettlebells, BOSU and Swiss balls, battle ropes, slam balls and sandbags, vipers and power clubs. It may not be possible to instruct all pieces of functional equipment during an induction. However, ensuring clients are aware of all of the equipment which is available to them, and to contact the instructor in the future to be shown how to use the equipment safely and effectively. When instructing cardiovascular exercises to a group, it will be appropriate to demonstrate a number of exercises before splitting the group across different pieces of equipment. This will ensure that all participants of the group get to experience different pieces of cardiovascular equipment in a timely manner. Common pieces of cardiovascular equipment include treadmills, upright bikes, rowers, cross trainers, steppers and ski ergometers. It may not be possible to instruct all pieces of cardiovascular equipment during an initial induction. However, ensuring clients are aware of all of the equipment available to them and to contact an instructor in the future to be shown how to use the equipment safely and effectively. When instructing fixed resistance machine exercises to a group, it will be appropriate to demonstrate a number of exercises before splitting the group across different pieces of equipment. This will ensure that all participants of the group get to experience different pieces of equipment in a timely manner. Common pieces of fixed resistance machines include the chest press, shoulder press, seated row, leg press, leg extension, and leg curl machine. It may not be possible to instruct all pieces of fixed weight resistance machines during an initial induction. However, ensuring clients are aware of all of the equipment available to them and to contact an instructor in the future to be shown how to use the equipment safely and effectively. When instructing free weight exercises to a group, it will be appropriate to demonstrate a number of exercises before splitting the group across different pieces of equipment. This will ensure that all participants of the group get to experience different pieces of equipment in a timely manner. Some common free weight exercises may include the deadlift, back squat, bench press, a bent over row, shoulder press, and a bicep curl. It may not be possible to instruct all free weight exercises during an initial induction. However, ensuring clients are aware of all of the equipment available to them and that they should contact an instructor in the future to be shown how to use the equipment safely and effectively. The safe handling of free weight equipment and the spotting of exercises should be one of the first things instructed when taking a group or individuals around the free weight area for a gym induction. The benefits of instructing safe lifting techniques to individuals is to promote safe and effective lifting and encourage positive behaviours at all times. This includes receiving free weights from any racks and returning them back after any exercises have been completed. The main purpose of spotting clients when performing supine or overhead exercises includes preventing injury by getting out of difficult situations, supporting individuals completing high intensity training methods, and supporting individuals with exercise technique for new or challenging exercises. It's also important to demonstrate safe handling techniques to the group ahead of any individual carrying out any free weight exercise. Safe handling techniques include ensuring that all individuals visually inspect the weight and are able to manage picking it up. When picking up the weight, it should be recommended to do so with two hands, with a firm grip of the weight and bending at the knees, maintaining a neutral spine throughout the lift. If passing a free weight to somebody else, ensure that they are ready to receive the weight and have acknowledged when they have control of the weight. In order to maximise the safety and effectiveness of a resistance exercise with free weights, there's a certain procedure a spotter should follow, and this involves establishing a solid base of support to lift and pass the weight, so foot stance and position is important. Maintaining a neutral spine throughout the lift and use correct technique when lifting and passing. Keeping the barbell or dumbbell close to your body when lifting and passing. This will ensure that you have control of the weight at all times. Ensuring when passing the bar or dumbbell to the lifter that you do so away from their body or face and move into a position together. Use 4 hands on the bar or 3 hands on a dumbbell to move the weight into position, and ensure good communication. This should be practiced and made clear before the exercise is executed. When passing dumbbells, they should be moved one at a time in a speedy but non-rushed fashion. When instructing bodyweight exercise to a group, it will be appropriate to demonstrate a number of exercises before splitting the group across the different exercises. This will ensure that all participants of the group get to experience the different exercises in a timely manner. Some common bodyweight exercises include press-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, sit-ups, tricep dips and planks. It may not be possible to instruct all bodyweight exercises during an initial induction. However, you should ensure all clients are aware of all of the different bodyweight exercises and the different adaptations. Whether instructing an individual or a group, the same process occurs, being consistent with your delivery sequence, such as the nasty protocol. All elements of a cooldown should also be the same when conducting group inductions, including a suitable reverse aerobic curve, pulse lowering activity, using cardiovascular machines, followed by static flexibility exercises, ensuring that the appropriate musculature is stretched, which has been worked throughout the main session, either to develop flexibility or maintain the current flexibility. Managing a group of clients during an induction or a session is a skill which requires practice with the ability to multitask where necessary. When managing groups during an induction or a session, ensure that you are visible and heard by all in the group. You can do this by asking people if they can hear you and see you. If they can't, then ask them to move into a more appropriate position. Ensuring that you verbalise and demonstrate the instruction of all exercises and activities, and that all individuals experience some of the demonstrated exercises or activities themselves. It may be appropriate to corral a large group into smaller groups when individuals are experiencing the exercises. This will speed up the element of the session, so large groups of people are not waiting to get onto the same piece of equipment. It may also be appropriate to control the group using your professionalism, ensuring that when you are speaking, others are listening, and when individuals are talking, not everybody is talking at once. Instructors need to be in an appropriate position to see their client's alignment when they are performing an exercise to ensure that it's safe and effective. When observing client's performance, ensure that you maintain a non-dominant distance from the client of around about a metre away, and assume the client's level during the exercise. It may be appropriate in some instances to stand closer, dependent on the client's ability level with the exercise, so that you are close enough to be able to assist them if required. Ensure that the client can see you directly when they are looking forward, so that they do not have to twist and turn to be able to see or hear you. You may have to move into a better position for this. It's also good practice to affirm the client's capabilities with positive verbal and non-verbal gestures during the completion of their exercise. Instructors need to use appropriate coaching language to be able to effectively instruct and promote clear technique and any adjustments to exercise. The coaching and instructional language should be relevant and concise and pitched appropriately, meaning that you use suitable terminology for the client's needs. Consistent and developmental comments and feedback which are positive and non-critical, focusing on what the client can do and not what the client should not do. It can also benefit the client to use analogies when demonstrating. This may include coaching cues, which aid in the development of the client's exercise execution and performance. Often, a client may not be able to complete an exercise due to the complexity or difficulty. In this instance, you will have to modify the exercise. When modifying an exercise, always explain the purpose for the progression or the regression, and ensure that progress or regress suits the needs of the client. When modifying exercise, ensure that you give the client a target for progression that can be aimed for over the coming weeks. Explaining that this is better to modify the exercise now, ensuring good form, which will then create the foundational ability to be able to complete the original exercise in the near future. When completing a gym induction, it's important to ensure that the clients are aware of the facility code of conduct and general housekeeping rules to ensure the facility environment is safe and fit for all at all times. Standard gym etiquette for all facilities includes returning any dumbbells or equipment when you are finished with them, unloading of barbells and putting the weight plates back when you are finished, wiping down all of the exercise equipment which you have used when you are finished with it, and not spending excessive time on one piece of equipment, particularly if you are idle on one piece of equipment and excessively using a digital device, or using multiple pieces of equipment at any one time. It's important not to be intimidating to any other members by staring excessively, shouting or grunting during exercise, and considerate other facility users. Once a client has been shown their program, they will more often than not be exercising on their own, so it's important that they understand why and how to monitor their own intensity levels. Clients can self-monitor their intensity by wearing a heart rate strap, which connects to different pieces of equipment, or they can use the bioelectrical impedance on cardiovascular machines. Clients may also use a smartwatch device, which tracks their heart rate through the session, or they can estimate their intensity level by a self-reporting rate of perceived exertion using a modified Borg scale. It's also important to communicate to the clients that when they are working at high intensities, especially for longer durations, they should always maintain good hydration levels. Educating clients when they start to feel thirsty that they are already dehydrated and to drink small and often is the recommended practice. Ensuring self-efficacy and exercise autonomy is part of the role of a fitness instructor. By explaining to clients the benefits of exercise, will encourage the clients to value and benefit the exercise program which they are completing. If the client understands the benefits of doing something, they are more likely to do it. Some of the health-related benefits of exercise include, but are not limited to, improving the quality of an individual's life throughout the life, increasing life expectancy, and improving the mood and self-esteem, while reducing the risk of illness and disease by the reduction of body fat and visceral fat, improving an individual's body composition. The ultimate aim of the instructor is to have their clients continue a program unsupervised, which develops long-term into a positive behavioural change. This client autonomy can be created by ensuring the client understands the purpose of what they are doing, while also ensuring they understand their program, exercise purpose, and benefits. By being able to self-monitor their own intensity, along with ensuring the client understands that they should always ask for any support or advice, will enable them to continue unsupervised and create long-term behavioural change and exercise independence. You have now completed all of the content from this topic. If you have any questions from what was covered, please contact your tutor. Or if you'd wish to test your knowledge, why not try some of the mock questions? If you're happy with your progress in learning, feel free to move on to the next topic.